I know this looks like one of those classic YouTube intros, but I swear to God, I was just turning on the light and now I arrived back. Hi, I'm Villets. I'm one of the co-founders of Alvis, and we've just been to a YC interview yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't get in, but I thought I just wanted to share with you our application, how we or what we did good, what we didn't do good. Um, I'll share like my thoughts. I recorded a video right after we had the interview, so I'll share my thoughts in that and just hopefully give you like some insights into what we did, and then you can take the best from that and hopefully throw the rest away. Um, but yeah, so okay, so I changed the shirt, and a couple of days went by because I didn't really get to do the rest. I got interrupted. I want to do this video in 4 parts, and I'm gonna write them down here, then I'll show you. So part 1. So part 1, that's the application, and I'll cut to it. This is our YC application, and let me show you what we wrote here. So the first thing we have to sort of go through is the company and what we do. I think the toughest things for us was to figure out this sentence describing what we do in 50 characters. That brought a lot of struggle for us. But then other than that, that's not really where the goal is. I think we included a video. I have no clue if they watched it or if they got anything out of it, but that was sort of what we do. And then we started going into sort of the technical things. So and what we wrote here. So the feedback that we've gotten from other YC founders is the more technical and the more that you're able to actually build the product yourself, the better that is. So that's sort of what we want to highlight. For example, we talked a little bit about our technology where we use embeddings and vectorized search. One thing is to sort of explain it, but the other is to, in between the lines, say that we're actually technical and we know what we're building and we can build it ourselves. That has been good. And then what YC says themselves are that like the founder profiles are some of the most important things. And this is sort of our founder profiles. I think Marius did something really well, where I think mine wasn't that good, but Marius sort of told how he, as a very young person, did a lot of very incredible stuff. For example, he made like a traffic light determination system based on headlight recognition. So sort of being able to highlight his technical expertise at a very young age, I think was what he did really well. I'm going to show you this founder video because you get to see it here. I realized I forgot to press play, so here you go. Email marketing is old school and inefficient. Businesses spend hours every day making generic emails they just blast out to millions of people. That creates a bad customer experience and poor results for the business.
I'm Marius. I built an agency where we developed more than 60 Shopify stores.
And I'm Villets. I used to run an e-commerce business. Alvis is automating email marketing. We create highly personal and relevant content, figure out how many emails to send to each person, and what time of day to send that email. That creates a way better customer experience, which leads to increased performance for our businesses and customers.
We're not just a GPT wrapper. We use vectorizations and embeddings to find out which content to send to which customers. This creates a data flywheel, which improves and optimizes performance over time.
We're both developers. We've lived in San Francisco for 3 months and slept in the same 10 square meters. Yeah, looking forward to a proper bed after joining YC. And now, Village, what did you like about the video? One thing that we sort of liked about this video was that we were really chill. It was like an evening where we sort of realized, oh yeah, we have to record this video. So we just sort of did that. Took a lot of time, like retries, and we did it many times. But But ultimately doing that and then showcasing. So at this point we were in San Francisco. Right now we're in Copenhagen, but we sort of showcased where we live and how we're friends together. And that's the other thing I know that YC is looking for is for people that are very good friends and will sort of stick this whole thing out. So that was what we sort of tried to showcase as well. I guess that's it. I'll just add like I'll add the application so anyone can read it and sort of look for it themselves. But this is it. The second thing I want to go through is now I'm going to talk about the preparation that we did. I wrote 3 things down here. I don't know if you can read them. That doesn't matter. One, research. The second was our mock interviews, and like the third thing was our mental state, how we prepared mentally. So I guess we received the email that we were going to the interview on a Tuesday, and then we had all of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we sort of split them up into 3 separate categories. So the first day was like pure research. What is the interview? How is the format? What can we sort of learn to just get our minds into that situation? We did a lot of Googling. We did watched a lot of YouTube videos of like former YC partners explaining how the interview process is and what they look for in a founder when they interview them. That was our first day. The second day we did mock interviews. So we contacted former YC founders that had been through this process and could sort of interview us so that we would get ready to be in that situation, to be in an interview. And this is where I think we both got like the best preparation and the worst preparation. So the best thing was we got used to being in that 10-minute intense interview process and just sort of like actually doing it a couple of times gave us some really good understanding of what is the situation. The bad thing that it did for us was that we got so used to the way these former YC founders would interview us, which was like really rapid questions. And that is also what the interview will be. But we got so used to it that we had sort of locked down on one way the interview is. And our brains were fixed on the interview is going to be get a question, answer it in 2 sentences, maybe 15 seconds, and then get a new question, and a new question, and a new question. So we were ready for that like bombardment. That didn't really happen. So that threw us off in the actual interview. I'll talk about that in a second. So that was Wednesday. On Thursday, the last day, that was where we like really went into the mental stuff. So I went for like 2 walks, and I listened to like a lot of music that sort of got me hyped up. And then like I think 10 minutes before the actual interview, we were like in a FaceTime call, sort of hyping each other up and just saying good stuff. That's sort of our way to do it. I don't know if that's the same you'll do, or you can take anything from it. So that was our preparation. Then we have the interview. It was at 8:15 p.m. on a Thursday evening Copenhagen time. So it was in the middle of the day for the YC partners. We sat in the Zoom call from 8:05 until 20 minutes past 8. So we went 5 minutes over time before we were actually let into the interview. And the way we did was we would just hang in a Zoom call and sort of waiting to be let into a meeting. And then it just sort of happened and we got in and they were like, we were prepared for them just being straight. Hello, welcome to YC. What do you do? And they were a little bit more like genuine, like sort of, hey, how have you been? What's your day been like, sort of thing, for 30 seconds. And then they went into it. The second thing was these guys, they were humans like anyone else. And that was sort of what we maybe got a little bit wrong in our preparation. We got asked a question. And then we answered in like 1 or 2 sentences, like we had practiced, not like a script, but a format. We had practiced how we would format our answers. And they were kind of looking for us to go more in depth, but we didn't do that because we hadn't sort of prepared for that way. So right off the bat, we got a really bad start where there were kind of silence because we got asked a question and we answered, and then they didn't really follow up like we thought they would. And that is like, if there's one key takeaway from this video, is to just like you're talking to just another human, and we fucked it up sort of thinking that we should just like talk to almost like robot like people. They are also a little bit tired, or they might not know instantly what to ask next, or they might look for you answering like more in-depth answers. So that was, I'm not sure like which one, but our biggest mistake was just not filling the room. Like, we didn't properly adapt to the people we were sitting in front of and talking to. Whether that would have changed a lot, I don't know, but that was like the biggest takeaway from our meeting, was we just sort of went and talked to them like they were robots. So that was 10 minutes, and it went by quickly, obviously, and like, you get out of the meeting and I'm like super confused, like, holy shit, was that 10 minutes? What happened and what did I say? And I'm just like all the way around. It's a big moment, I guess, so you're sort of like really in the moment. And then I think 3 or 4 hours happened, and we can go to the feedback part. 3 or 4 hours went by, and we got the email saying, hey, Mary's in Villas, unfortunately you won't get into IT. I'll see if I can put it in here. And then we sort of, right after we had the call, we sort of felt it. Didn't feel good. I actually recorded a video of like 2 minutes that I can show you here. We have just had our YC interview. It's 9 p.m. right now in Copenhagen. Phyllis is not happy. I don't think it went well. I actually think it went kind of bad. We had Emmett and Harsh, and Emmett went like deep into, does personalization work? If you make something more personal, does it actually work? And that threw me off, because it's like one of those questions where it's like, yes, that's what everyone is doing. That, that was like my thought. What I wanted to say when I think about it now is like, yes, that's what Google and Facebook has built billion-dollar businesses on, but like, besides that, I don't know. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. So it threw me off. That wasn't great. Two things that went great. One, we got to say that we moved to San Francisco. 2, we talked about our tech being kind of cool. We weren't really, I think because it threw me off, I didn't show enthusiasm. Oh yeah, this was the biggest thing. So we had prepared for like short, super quick answers, and like they just came and they chilled, and we were like answering really shortly. So like there were times where there was just no one talking, because I don't think they could think of a question quick enough, and we just answered really quick. I don't think that's good. Like just being silent on a 10-minute call. That means that they figured out after 2 minutes that it's that was that was our experience with YC, and with the interview. We haven't gotten in, so we'll go again next time, and then we'll get in. That's what we're going for. Um, but if there's anything to take away from that, I think if you manage to get to the interview, like just adapting to the other people that are in the room, that's probably the best way to ever talk to a person. And that was what we didn't do right. If you want anything from me, let me know. Shoot me a email or a LinkedIn message, or tag me in a LinkedIn post saying, Village, you're dumb because you didn't get into YC. I don't care. Have a good day. See you.